The House will come to order. The pledge today will be led by Zaire McKinney from Whittier ECE 8, Denver, Colorado.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Culler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt, Becker J, Becker K, Brown, Buck, Buckner, Carver, Conti, Corum, Court. We're doing so well. Representative Court.
Representative Court excused.
Danielson. Del Grosso. Dorr. Representative Court is present. Representative Dorr.
Representative Dorr excused.
Duran. Esgar. Everett. Fields. Foote. Garnett. Representative Garnett. Representative Dorr is present.
Representative Garnett excused.
Janal. Hamner. Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Representative Kagan.
Representative Kagan excused.
Klingenschmidt. Kraft-Tharp. Representative Kraft-Tharp. Present. There she is. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. Leonard. Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Melton. Mitch Bush. Moreno. Navarro. Neville. Nordberg. Pabon. Pedersen. Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupe. Ryden. Sane excused. Salazar. Sias. Singer. Thurlow. Tyler. Van Winkle. Vigil. Willett. Williams. Wilson. Representative Garnett is present. Windholz. Winter. Wist. Young. Madam Speaker. Two. Yeah.
With 63 present, 2 excused, a quorum is present. Representative Wist.
Oh, he's back here.
Representative Wist. There he comes.
That's trouble. That is trouble.
Representative West.
My apologies, Madam Chair.
Representative West, that'll be $2. It's for the Madam Chair part.
Madam Speaker, I move that the reading of the Journal of February 29th, 2016 be dispensed with and that it be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. Representative Melton, do you have something important to say?
I do, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, Representative Wist is new, and he's got to learn that when you got to make these motions, you need to be down here. So I think he should spend a little time down here reading the journal. So I ask for a no vote on this motion.
I'll repeat the motion in case you didn't hear it, and I think that's likely. The motion is the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. Motion carries. You're off the hook today, Representative Wist. We are now moving to announcements and introductions. Representative Casey Becker. And members, Representative Becker, give me 2 seconds. May we have your attention at the well? Please take your side conversations outside. Thank you very much. Representative Casey Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Can I take a moment of personal privilege?
Please proceed.
Colleagues, Tom Hayden, Clear Creek County Commissioner, passed away yesterday unexpectedly at his home. He was a longtime resident of Clear Creek County with deep roots tracing back to Colorado's second territorial governor, John Evans. Tom loved Colorado, loved Clear Creek County. He served as a county commissioner with passion and humor. Just a few months ago, he came down to the Capitol to meet with Senator Grantham and I, and just was having the best time being able to represent his county and meet with us and share his ideas, and was a joy to be around. And I'd like to take a moment of silence on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Further announcements and introductions. Representative Lawrence.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I want to remind you that tomorrow is the first meeting of the Diabetes Caucus. It's starting at noon over at 1525 Sherman Street, room 603. You have a reminder on your desk. And for those of you who are wondering why this is important, diabetes affects a lot of people in Colorado, especially type 2. And it has significant impacts on the economy of the state and especially on the Medicaid costs for Colorado. So this is an opportunity to come over, learn a little bit more about it, and possibly get some information that you can pass along to your constituents so that they can hopefully prevent the onset of type 2 diabetes. I would encourage all of you to attend. Again, it's tomorrow, noon at 1525 Sherman, room 603.
Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Please join me in recognizing and welcoming all the members of the Colorado Rural Electric Association who are here today. For those of you not familiar with REAs, they are member-owned, they are member-run. The boards of directors of the REAs spend a lot of time and a lot of effort and do continuing education to find out what's new, what's moving ahead. Our actual directors of our REAs are dynamic folks who are really looking to the future, who are listening to their members, and who are making sure that electricity in Colorado comes from a wide variety of sources and is affordable and available. So let's give it up for the REA folks.
Welcome, REAs, and that's a $2 fine, Representative Mitch Bush. Representative Brown and Representative Quorum? Oh, okay. Representative Brown, are you ready? I guess so. I'd watch out for him, Representative Court. I'm nervous. Please proceed, Representative Brown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And Sunday was my birthday. This morning, this was here for me, given to me by the sergeants. And this is a shepherd's crook or shepherd's hook. It is something that's used today in the sheep industry, but this is an antique, I would say. John Judson found this in his grandmother's barn. She was there in 1885. I will hold this close to me. It is one of the best gifts that's ever been given to me. Thank you, sergeants. Let's give them a hand.
Representative Court.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Representative Brown, you could take that to the Antiques Roadshow and make a fortune, I'm sure. They have stuff like that all the time. Members, this is a message from Marilyn Edens. You all know when Marilyn speaks, you're supposed to pay attention. So this is a message from Marilyn. Marilyn sent all of you cocineras and cocineros an email about recipes for a house cookbook. Who has responded? Raise your hands. Nobody. I did. I gave my best minestrone soup recipe. So all of you who like to cook, do cook, have spouses who cook, like a recipe at your favorite restaurant, send it to Marilyn. She's compiling a cookbook for the House from the staff and the members. It should be fun. Please participate. Thank you.
Further announcements and introductions. Representative Singer and Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, it's time for another senior moment. Members, on your desk today you have a flyer that outlines all the wonderful services provided by our area agencies on aging. I will let Representative Singer outline a few of those for you.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Representative Ryden. I'm just going to give you the top 3 things here that our area agencies on aging help out with: community-based services, in-home services, as well as evidence-based wellness services. Say that 3 times fast. Our area's agency on aging are out there to help us and our constituents. Please take a look at your flyer and never hesitate to reach out to them. They are there to help. Use them as a resource for your constituents. Thank you.
Thank you, members.
Madam Majority Leader, Representative Duran.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, we do have some very special guests in the gallery today. We have students from Florence Crittenton Services of Colorado, and I'd like to ask all the students to please stand up. I am proud to say that this is a nonprofit in my district that uses a public-private partnership to educate, prepare, and empower teen mothers to create a cycle of success. Using a 2-generation approach, the organization provides learning and development opportunities to pregnant and parenting girls and their children with 3 integrated programs: the Student and Family Support Program, the Early Childhood Education Center, and Florence Crittenton High School. While nationally only 38% of pregnant and parenting girls complete high school, Florence Crittenton Services achieved a 94.4% graduation rate in 2015. You can applaud for that. You can applaud for that. These young ladies here today work tirelessly to prepare themselves and their children for a stronger future. Obviously, it's not easy to be a parent, and it must be even more challenging to be a teen parent trying to finish high school. Through the effort of these young ladies in Florence Crittenden Services, they are creating a cycle of success that will be felt for generations to come. Thank you, ladies, for being here and being part of the legislative process. Please help me in giving them a very warm welcome.
Further announcements and introductions. The Speaker has one announcement and apology. I'm rescinding Representative Mitch Bush's $2 fine because the members of the Rural Electric Association are all elected, and I apologize to you. And that's one of our rules. You can introduce a Colorado elected official anytime you want to, and we welcome you here. And the $2 is off, Representative Mitch Bush. Further announcements and introductions. Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading, final passage of bills. Members, please take your seats. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1185.
House Bill.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1185 until March 4th.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1185 until March 4th. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1005.
House Bill 1005 by Representatives Esgar and Danielson, also Senator Merrifield, concerning the use of rain barrels to collect precipitation from residential rooftop for non-potable outdoor uses.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In the name of peace, love, and rain barrels, I move to pass House Bill 1005 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the adoption of House Bill 1005 on third reading and final passage. Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I apologize for not having a headband on here or something after Madam Majority Leader's comment there. Colleagues, I'd rather not be down here in the well on this bill, but I want you all to understand my vote. And believe me, I understand the pressures from the public use rain barrels to collect water. I get that same pressure in my district as well, so I understand the need to placate the voters. However, this is one of those, why can't I drive 65 in a 55-mile-an-hour zone if I don't cause an accident? It's a little tweak on the law, I believe. I hope you all checked with your directors of your water districts. I did after the bill was amended yesterday. I appreciate what Representatives Danielson and Esgar are trying to do here, and the amended bill is much better. And I checked with my director, and he feels like the bill as amended is a better bill, but it still doesn't answer all the questions because it leaves the burden of proof of injury up to the state engineer and the water right holder. And that's contrary to the established law. The established law requires a person or an entity seeking a water right to prove non-injury to other water rights. And I understand this bill doesn't establish a water right. It just kind of uses it. I understand that. The alternative in this bill places a lot of workload on the state engineer and at the expense of defending vested water rights upon the holder of legally decreed and vested water rights. The upper arc believes that this is wrong and contrary to established law, because the person or entity seeking a water right under the priority system should be required to show non-injury by demonstrating to the water court by established engineering principles this is non-injury. If they can do this, then they would be awarded a water decree. I applaud Representatives Esgar and Danielson's efforts to find a way to resolve this rain barrel situation. Unfortunately, my water district does not believe that tweaking this law a little bit is the way to do it. So that's why I will be a no vote on House Bill 16-1005. Thank you.
Representative Esgar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I just want to be clear about the stakeholder process that has been going on for this version of the rain barrel bill that you all are seeing today. We've been working since probably September or October with different water districts, going to the Water Congress probably 3 or 4 Mondays in a row, discussing this bill at length, trying to compromise with amendments. As you probably remember yesterday, we were up to Amendment 12 yesterday that we ended up passing And I respect Mr. Representative Wilson for listening to his water district, but please understand the majority of the water districts across the state, with the amendments we placed on the bill yesterday, are in support of this bill and are supporting it. So keep that in mind, and please vote yes on 1005.
Is there further discussion on House Bill 1005? Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just for the record, the Colorado River District is in support of this bill, and they say, we believe there cannot be meaningful injury from residential use of rain barrels. Additionally, we believe this is a vastly improved legislative declaration.
Is there further discussion on the adoption of House Bill 1005? Seeing none, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representatives Klingenschmidt and Lebsack. Close the machine. With 61 ayes, 3 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1005 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1236.
House Bill 1236 by Representative Primavera, also Senator Crowder, concerning continuation of the Infection Control Advisory Committee.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1236 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1236 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 46 ayes, 18 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1236 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1168.
House Bill 1168 by Representative Janal Danielson, also Senator Scott, concerning the continuation of the Rural Alcohol and Substance Abuse Prevention and Treatment Program.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1168 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1168 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 54 ayes, 10 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1168 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 66.
Senate Bill 66 by Senator Stem and also Representative Hamner, concerning creation of the Contingency Reserve Fund for School Districts.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 66 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 66 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 62 ayes, 2 noes, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 66 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1149. Oh, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1149 until March 4th.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1149 until March 4th. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1163.
House Bill 1163 by Representative Rankin, also Senator Grantham, concerning appropriations from the Noxious Weed Management Fund.
Representative Garnett. Close the machine. With 54 ayes, 10 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1163 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1231. Madam Majority Leader.
House Bill 1231 by Representative Lebsack, also Senator Carroll, concerning the limited use of automated vehicle identification systems designed to detect disobedience to a traffic signal.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1231 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1231 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 33 ayes, 31 noes, and 1 excused, 31 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1232.
House Bill 1232 by Representative Kraft Tharp, also Senator Baumgartner, concerning continuation of the authority of the Executive Director of the Department of Revenue to issue written responses upon the request of a taxpayer.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1232 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1232 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 64 ayes, no noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1232 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 8.
Senate Bill 8 by Senator Crowder, also Representative Vigil, concerning the use of an off-highway vehicle to cross state highways within the jurisdiction of a municipality.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 8 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 8 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 64 ayes, no noes, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 8 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over consideration of Senate amendments to House bills, particularly House Bill 1125, until March 4th.
The motion is to lay over consideration of Senate amendments to House bills, House Bill 1125, until March 4th. Seeing no objection, so ordered. We are now into announcements and introductions. Are there further announcements and introductions? One thing I would just remind everybody of is that because of caucuses tonight, we will not gavel in until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you show up at 9, you'll be too early. So, further announcements and introductions. Seeing none, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until later today at 10 a.m.
Later today at 10 a.m.? Oh, later tomorrow. Oh, at 10 a.m. Oh, it still isn't 10 a.m., is it? Okay. You've heard the motion of the Majority Leader that we stand in recess until later today at 10 a.m. Seeing no objection, we're in recess.